Motorcycle Adventure Dirtbike TV, supported proudly by Adventure Spec in the UK, Rally Raid Products, Giant Loop in the United States, Adventure Moto in Australia, Pirelli Tyres, Motul Oils, Arcade Chains and Australian Adventure Bike magazine.
The Triumph Tiger 1200 has recently arrived on Australia's shores. On paper, it's a highly dirt-capable, well-specced, comfortable super tourer. Clubby and I will be taking two top-of-the-range Tiger Rally Explorer 1200s for a 4,000 kilometre tour from Melbourne into South Australia's Flinders Ranges, onto Cameron Corner and through outback New South Wales back to Sydney. We aim to knock this over in a week, so it's likely there'll be some long days in the saddle getting to know these machines. I picked this route because if I owned this bike, this is the type of adventure I'd want to be doing on it. Big miles in the outback, taking advantage of that 30-litre tank. The Tiger had an unusual introduction to Australia. Two-time Isle of Man TT champion and off-road rider Cameron Donald rode the Tiger 1200 in Australia's oldest motorcycle reliability race, the Hardi 24-hour trial, that has been running since 1927. Cam brought along his childhood friend, a brother from another mother, Donald Owen, who also rode a 1200 Tiger. The 24-hour trial course comprises of 4 6-hour laps, with each lap consisting of 12 competitive sections which are timed, and the rider with the lowest cumulative time wins. There's also 13 transit legs. 3 evenly spread fuel stops allow 15 minutes for basic motorcycle maintenance and rider sustenance. Outside assistance is not permitted. The race is usually ridden on lightweight enduro bikes, so the 1200s certainly made themselves known. This year's race was unusually technical and difficult, hardly a place for 1200s. Now, before Clubby and I go and bring you into the planning for this ride, Triumph Australia has kindly given us access to a beautifully shot movie that records Cam and Donald's preparation and competition in the Hardi 24 Hours trial. After the short movie, we'll catch up with Clubby and plan the route.
Yeah, it's going to be hardcore in a way. I mean, it's only as hard as you make it. We don't have to push. We just have to ride to finish. But it's still, you know, I got the entry list today, the confirmation. There's like, you know, 180 starters or whatever, and everything's like, you know, KTM 300, WR 450, KTM 400, and there's like Triumph Tiger Rally Pro 1200. You know, it's just like, fuck.
There she is. Wow.
It's a whole lot of motorbike.
What a beast.
What comes to mind?
Yeah, so I got a phone call from Cam saying that the 24 hour was on. He said we should probably ride it. I thought that's a marvellous idea. We'll jump on our dirt bikes and ride 24 hours. It'll be challenging, it'll be fun. And then he threw in the last second that it's in 2 weeks and we're going to do them on 1200 Triumphs. And there was a very long pause on the phone.
Nice view of your ass crack.
You might be seeing more of that in the race, mate, even though you're winning in front.
Them's fighting words.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it's not. I don't even know how to act. What the fuck?
What have we done?
Oh, Jesus. I reckon we get down the paddock and have a fang around in some mud. I reckon then we'll know what we're up against.
I can't wait to roll some K's down, but...
I don't know what I'm more excited about. Us doing the venture together, which is going to be just epic.
Yeah.
But the thought of doing the race on it, I am quietly shitting myself.
Yeah.
We've got a little single loop down there. I just thought we should both have a ride and see what we're in for, basically. You bring your kit?
Yeah, I did. Don't leave home without it, mate.
Everything?
Maybe not goggles.
Winner chooses.
Righto.
Okay?
Okay, do you want to step it up a little bit more? The pillion has to sit on there backwards.
It's such a cock. That means I ride.
No, I choose.
You're backwards. I'm not riding backwards. I'm not riding backwards.
Let's step it up.
How am I going to plug in if I'm backwards? All right, get your gear back.
Righto.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
So we're at our test loop, which I can come down here Kaz practices down there a bit. If I want to make a bike adjustment, I come down here. Have a lap first. So going to go arse up in a big way. Preparation started today. I picked up the bike. Donnie's bike's still getting run in. Mine's got to be run in. But we went down the paddock today and we're just having a ride and really working out what we need to do with the bike, fine-tuning it a bit. Like we've adjusted the handlebars, the gear lever. Sounds like really basic, fundamental stuff, but it's already transformed how the bike works for us. I say us because Donnie and I are sort of doing the same thing. As far as our setup goes, now we know we need some more block-type knobby tyres for grip, and I reckon we're going to be well on our way. 24 hours. Oh. Before it was a joke. Yeah, it just got serious, I think. To do this right, we probably need a couple of siding laps, and then I'll get the stopwatch out just to see if we're on a similar level.
I've already got it on stopwatch. You know what? He's pretty much the same person all the time. He's always got a smile on his face. Super competitive.
Where's that go?
Every time we do everything, it's stopwatch is out, or there's a handshake bet for a coffee or something in it. Everything's always looking for the most out of life. It's good. It's a really good friend to have, to be honest. 108. And we do the point 0.6.
I'll get the phone out.
Oh,
when did you hit the button? When you said go?
When I said go.
Okay.
Come on, mate. It's got to be fair and legitimate.
Mate, I'm going to have to get the jacket off. We're not racing. We're not competitive at all. No pressure, 56. Was mine generally 108? Right now, I love you just a little bit more. Where do I start? It's interesting, we didn't meet each other quite late. We talk about, you know, boyhood friends and stuff. Like, we both working at a motorbike shop. I was racing and struggling to get a job that will put up with my racing, and the local bike shop that I was a customer of at. He was brave enough to give an aspiring young racer a job. Donnie was already working there. So yeah, we hit it off straight away. We found out we grew up in similar areas. You know, dads knew each other. We knew so many similar mates. It was mind-blowing actually we hadn't already met. And we took off from there riding dirt bikes, and then we've ridden and raced together. Donnie's spanning for me. He's been my right-hand man all around the world. And we've done a lot of cool stuff together, but the coolest stuff has just been the countless hours of trail riding up the bush and camping and all the other stuff that, you know, young blokes do.
Yeah, mate, how are you?
Yeah, good. You?
Not bad at all.
You all ready to go?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, mate. I'll meet you at the end of your drive in 20.
Righto, mate. I'll put the helmet on. I'll see you out there.
All right, hooroo. The plan is to finish. You know, we're riding there. We just looked at the sat nav today. We thought it was about 600. It's actually 800 kilometres from my door to the start line. That's the most direct route, which knowing Donnie and I, we probably won't take either. So we've got an 800k ride to get there. We've got a 24-hour non-stop race, and then we've got an 800k ride home. So mainly it's just to make it back home and end up back in this garage, and yeah, with a lifetime worth of stories, I reckon. race this event? Good question. It's a question I've been asking myself a bit lately. I always love a challenge. You know, the last time I did this race, I trained hard. Like 3 months before, I was out mountain bike riding at night, putting in regular sessions on the motocross track. This year, it's all come together at the last minute. I haven't trained. I like to think I shoot myself generally. Who am I kidding? I'm completely and totally unprepared for this race.
No, I've never ridden the 24 hour. Ridden 8 hours, Pony Express, like so multiple riders, and raced big off roads doing 3 hours, which are quite punishing. But essentially, I've never done 24 hours on a motorcycle. Yeah. Like everything, I've got these expectations of what it's going to be like, but I just won't know until we're in it. It's going to be, yeah, I have no idea what it's going to be like. That's not what I'm going to expect, I guess.
Yeah, the 24-hour trial, it's an amazing event. It is actually a 24-hour trial, so it's a reliability trial. It's about getting yourself and your machine to the finish. It's actually the longest and oldest running motorcycle race in Australia, so it's quite historic. And you can imagine years ago on all the old British bikes and the, you know, riders from a former era, from yesteryear, those old bikes, you know, you're lucky enough to make it to work without a mechanical issue. So you imagine riding through the mud and dust and the torture that race puts them through. It must have been a heck of a trial. Now we're sport with modern bikes and technology. Maybe it's all a little bit too easy. So we've decided to do it on a near 250 kilogram adventure bike that's probably not designed for that purpose.
Oh, just finally made our way here. Trying to get in a good mindset, ready to get some scrutineering done and turn some wheels tomorrow.
Riders briefing, machine examination, 3 till 6. Oh! Merchandise will be available. Cool.
Yep.
Might get some merch actually. This is a time card. So this shows the Ks and the time of each stage. So when you leave, how many Ks and how many minutes you've got. Look, you don't have to have it, but it's a nice reference point. After doing this event once before, I just found it was good to have a glance. It takes a lot of time to make that up. Kaz did that for me. She's got a little note there for me, telling me good luck from her and the girls. So yeah, it's pretty cool. 2:52. Scrutineering starts in 8 minutes. No pressure. The bike's ready yet?
Done. Yours
Later, you're ready to go.
Yours is ready to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, what have we got ourselves into? Do you know what I think though? Honestly, I keep going through these waves that, like, I only know how to race without being silly. Like, honestly, I've got that, you know what I'm like. I'm bloody wound up like a spring all the time. So I'm like, and then I've got to tell myself I'm not racing. You know what I mean? I'm going there to finish the event, not actually.
I think not getting caught in a gunfight with someone is going to be so hard to resist.
Yeah, it is.
Especially as you and I. Yeah. I know. Well, that's. Look, I'd like to say I'm the better rider and I'd like to win, but you never do know. The Cam's definitely probably got a lot more ability, natural ability than myself. I have to work a little bit harder for it. But I don't think that's going to be the thing that's going to win this race. I think getting through it is going to be the winner, essentially. But it'll be me.
It's not important, you know. We're mates. We're just about getting to the finish. But it'll be me. No, it won't. I don't, you know. It's not a competition. Yeah, it's a competition. We actually haven't put money on it yet, but, you know, it'll be bragging rights for the rest of our lives. So I think we start number 140, 141, 142 out of near 200 competitors. But the only position we'll be worried about is between each other. We joke about that, but yeah, it's probably pretty serious actually.
I've just worked out why somebody is going to ride this bike. It's only a medium helmet.
Yeah, small brain. I know. That's helped me over the years greatly in racing, I think. Managed to push them into the impound area. I haven't given mine a name yet, Donnie. I haven't given mine a name yet.
I haven't either.
I name every race bike I've got. Always gets a girl's name. So I've got to come up with one between tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, or something big. Maybe Beyonce. Maybe I'll call it Beyonce. She's got back.
What about you, Dom? Don't know yet.
Gwen?
Yeah. That's it.
Gwen?
Gwen Stefani. No, Gwen, you got to finish. I don't know if this is a good idea. That's it.
We'll work on that. We'll come up with a name.
goes.
We'll come up with a name over beer.
Yep.
Well, mate, first bit's done.
That's it.
It's got a real good vibe about it, hasn't it?
I don't think anyone was too scoffing at us, so to speak. Everyone's having a laugh, but everyone's giving us good wishes.
Yeah, pat
which
on
is
the
really
back.
good. Yeah.
So the bikes are in control now, so we can't touch them till tomorrow. So now kick the boots off. We'll head to a pub for a meal and try to fuel up and get ready for tomorrow. Save some energy.
Calm our nerves.
Yeah, it's a
Try and
weird
get some
feeling.
sleep.
It's a weird feeling, but
Yeah.
it's a long race, so we'll just
It doesn't feel real yet.
nah.
It definitely doesn't feel real yet.
Yeah, this time tomorrow. Will we be finishing our first lap out this time tomorrow?
Yeah. What do we start? 12:55.
Yeah, so we're going to come in 6, 7. Wow, we're not even close to finishing our first lap.
No, we're
Now.
coming in the dark. Let's not go
Yeah,
through
it's
that.
not real
yeah.
yet.
4:50. No, we're only halfway through. Literally halfway through our first lap.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be good. It was a good idea.
Yep.
It is. It was funny at the signing, in that shed, the mustering shed, everyone was having a laugh. But, nicely, just all shaking their heads and thinking we're crazy. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, cheers.
We might need a bit of that luck.
Yeah, thank you.
you.
See you out there. I've gone from nervous to numb to now I'm excited. I'm actually pretty keen to click a few gears out and ride up a paddock. It's going to be good. I'm just going to enjoy the bits that it's going to be good at and just get through the bits that's not wishes of kilometres away. But it's actually a little bit of fun, sort of steering across. I think once the rut's going to be deeper, we're going to get be struggling a little bit, but at the moment it's still fun. It actually is fun.
Yeah, it feels like I've been riding for a day. Tell me we've done more than an hour.
We've seen a couple of bottle shops, that's the upside.
Yeah, hour and a half. Oh, over. You've been 2 hours now.
Not even looking.
22 to go. Basically that.
Next time we come through, it'll be 9:15. All going well.
You'll be here.
1:15.
I must say, I think the best thing and why our partnership works so well in this, and just as mates in general, as two riders, we're so close. Like, we are ridiculously close. You know, if we go on a trail ride and we both say that was a ball breaker, that was hard, that was easy. If I'm enjoying a trail, you'll be enjoying a trail. Like, we are on such a level. You know, we're so equal in so many ways, I mean, and so many different disciplines. So that's why I can really enjoy the ride. Two stages back, there's a rock bed. It's insane. The enduro guys are saying it's insane. Like full rock ledge, step up rock ledge. I honestly don't know how I got through it. I don't know how I got through it. I don't know how I'm going to get through another couple of times. You start a minute apart, you can't return direction. So if someone doesn't show up, you can't go back looking for them. But I think the big thing is that the thought of heading off on the same minute, it was never going to work with deep bull dust, single track. So we couldn't really, originally we thought we'd ride together and sort of look out for each other, but that didn't really work. And yeah, in total fairness, because I started the minute first, I mean, you helped me multiple times and I always said, oh, I'll be there for you. I mean, I was already gone.
You'd be there for me at the end. Good, some really tough sections out there, that's for sure. It's good fun.
We have talked about whether we wait and ride through the creek beds together.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you definitely need. We're going to need each other through that.
Because and then I've got to give up my minute.
But then you're on 1 minute. If you do that.
No,
I think there's a bit of.
Was it me?
You're as bad as him. No, actually.
I'm as good as him. Hey?
I knew it would be like this. He hasn't done the race, and every stage he's telling me what to do. There's plenty of time. I come through a control, and as I was heading up the transfer, I'm looking back for the headlight, and I'm going, 1, 2, 3.
Trying to count. I was doing the same things. I'd see you go past a fence post, and I was trying to count a minute out by the time I went to it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, so you're as competitive as me.
Yeah.
150.
I was just thinking to myself, it was probably the toughest moment of the race for me. It was it was on the second lap. I was just felt like I was starting to push a bit harder. The conditions are quite tricky to know what pace to set, and then if you go too slow in rocks and bull dust, you end up toppling over. You need momentum, but not too much.
And
yeah,
and second lap's dark too.
Yeah, in the dark.
Nighttime.
Dropped the bike a couple of times. Donnie caught up to me and helped me pick it up, which was awesome. Because I was like, at that point, I was starting to think, wow, I don't know if I'm going to get through this. Like, it was just raining lap 2. It was getting really hard. I was really tired.
And like I say, when we're out there, like in other stages where we both sort of be in the same pace on the same machines and the same course, there was a few riders that went down in front of us, and you instantly helped them straight away. So we're both there at that point.
Hang on, the mate's here now. I'm there going, our mate's laying trapped under his bike. And Donnie pulls up and I'm like, can you hold my bike? Because I can't put it down here. Donnie's like, the guy's stuck, just lay it on the ground. Donnie drops his bike and just picks him up, and I'm laying mine down. I won't be able to get it back up again.
I think I've hurt my leg there.
But it was great to share it together. Like I often thought, you know,
It was brilliant.
it's interesting, you see, you know, we have moments each of us where we'd struggle or where we'd sort of, you know, get on a roll, and it's sort of, yeah, it's a bit of a wave back and forth.
It was good to bring each other up. Like we're both on the same machine, so you knew you weren't alone in the pain.
Yeah.
And
yeah, if you're on your own, maybe you'd be thinking, you can't do this.
Why am I doing this? How am I? Yeah. The people in the controls are amazing. They sat there all night in the cold, not being paid, and they were genuinely interested in why we were doing this.
Yeah.
And happy for us. Every lap they came around, everyone was big smiles and cheers. It kept you going. It was a little bit of inspiration every time you pulled up, actually.
Yeah, it was really special. Everything about the meeting, but that course, I just couldn't believe how tough it was. It was absolutely brutal. Like it was really tough.
It was not what you sold me on the phone call. To come over here.
I did say it was pretty easy. We'll just get around. Yeah. They can do it on vintage bikes. Yeah.
If they can do it on sidecars, we can do it on a 1200. Is pretty much all what you said.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah! Ready! We're back!
We're back! Better than ever.
That's it.
You guys are maniacs.
Yeah, good to see it.
You are maniacs. You need any sugar?
Of course I do. Oh, a marshmallow.
Got Cam.
Donnie, that's Cam there.
Through here, boys.
We're getting through it.
I'll be here next lap.
You'll be here the next lap. You're going to stay up the whole night.
No, I will be, yeah.
That's commitment.
We do it every year, man.
Awesome work. It's an awesome course, though.
You do it, we do it.
Hats off to you guys for doing that.
We'll see you in the next 6 hours.
See you in 6 hours. We'll all be a little older and we'll all be a little wiser.
That's right. See you, mate.
All the best.
Miss you, Donnie. I'm absolutely wrecked. When I got to that next control, I was asking the boys, had they seen you? One guy said he gave me a hand to pick the bike up. He said, I think he's just got to get going again. So I thought, sweet. Shit happens, mate, 24 hours. But thanks, mate. I don't know if I'd be sitting here having a coffee. If you hadn't been there and give me a hand earlier, so thank you. And look forward to having a beer with you in a couple of hours' time. Or come put my gear on and you can ride the last lap. I'm down with that. Everyone's a winner. Please come put my gear on. Sorry, boys.
Highlights have to be after I DNF'd and found my way and sub-0 degree temperatures, getting a message from you saying that it was a shame and you know, wanted me out there, and then everybody asking about me at all the controls was definitely it was definitely makes you want to be back out there, and makes you feel like you've let a lot of people down because you're not, but proud that everyone was thinking about you.
No one's crazy surprised either, because it's a 24, the rate of attrition's so high, but every single check, where's your mate? And then the next lap, it's like, what happened to your mate, you know? Not just people working at the control, but spectators hanging around the control and whatnot as well. So yeah, we certainly created some interest on the bikes, and they stand out. Yeah, that last lap, he said, just remember it's only 12 competitive stages and you got this beat. And I was like, he goes, after this one, it's 11. And I thought, yep, so I just counted them down. When I got to 6, I thought, all right, halfway. You go through so many waves where you think, I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. But one thing, my point to this was the reoccurring thought, on that final lap today, all I kept thinking is, I'm never, ever going to do this again. I can't believe I'm here a second time. This is ridiculous, it hurts so much. Why am I doing this? I'm sitting here now, how far post-race? A couple of hours?
Yeah.
Already thinking about next shit.
Oh yeah.
All right, paper, rock, scissors to see who gets the ride next year.
No, see who chooses rides next year.
Okay, so you can send me, I can send you. Oh, that makes it even more interesting.
It does, doesn't it?
Winner takes all or best out of 3?
Straight up.
Straight up? Oof.
Don't think about it, just do it.
I really want you to get the chance to finish. But I'll be there for you.
Hey, how you going?
Oh, how good is life up here on the north coast of New South Wales on holidays? It's brilliant, mate.
How's that dog going?
That dog, you know what he loves? He loves the beach more than I love fried chicken. It's amazing, mate. I cannot get him. He can't wait to get down there every morning, and then I can't wait to get him off out of the sand and get him back up here and get into the day, mate. He just absolutely loves it, mate. Beautiful part of the world, mate. Beautiful.
Well, mate, I'm sorry to disturb you, but I've just got a itch. I've got a scratch, and I just wanted to talk it through with you. I'll just turn this round. Here's a map of Australia, so you know what I'm planning. All right.
It's a big map. It's a lot of area. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Okay. So I don't know if you've seen it yet, but there's a video out by Triumph on the new 1200. And it's these two guys. I don't know who they are. You'll probably know. You're the bloody expert in the field. But mate, they ride them on this 24-hour race down in South Australia, and they're riding them like motocross bikes. Now the bikes have just come out. They look a cracking bike, and I want to put the squeeze on Triumph to see if we can get two, and then I want to go for a tour. But before I talk about the tour, tell me about the bloody race. Tell me about these blokes. Who are they?
You're talking about the SA, 24-hour reliability trial, it's always been called.
That's the thing.
Yeah, 24 hours straight. It's been going for like, I don't know, not 100 years, but nearly, it might even be 100 years. I don't know, mate, but it's like South Australia's longest running off-road trial, they call it, and it's a test of reliability. And like the name says, 24 hours. You start at 10 or 11 o'clock on Saturday morning. You ride, you race, you go for 24 hours straight till 10 or 11 o'clock the next morning.
Wow.
It's a big long course, 300-kilometre loop, I think. You do it 4 times. So you do one through the day, one in the afternoon, another one overnight, and then another one from dawn into the next morning. And the only time you get to stop is at the end of each lap. There's a big park for May in a town. You get to have some food, you get to fuel your bike, you get to have a drink, you get to work on any damage that the bikes might incur, and away you go again. And they've been doing it forever down there, and it's just like, it's the biggest thing since sliced bread in South Australia. And it's really weird. Like, I've been down there a couple of times to cover it with different riders that we've worked with over the years on different magazines, and they just love it down there. And the other thing that's bizarre, they race sidecars in this event. These clunky old three-wheeler motocross sidecars that have whopping great big light bars put on, and they just live for them down there. It's amazing, mate. It's always in July, in the middle of winter, freezing bloody cold. And then this year, 2 guys, Cam Donald, he's a road race guy from in Melbourne. He's like won the Isle of Man TT, an Aussie guy, just an absolute legend on a road bike. And then his mate Don Owen, they picked up 2 of these brand new Tiger 1200s to go and do this 24-hour race. It was amazing. I think poor old Don, he biffed it in the dark and smashed up the front end of his bike, and try as he might to rebuild it and keep going, couldn't do it. But old Cam, mate, did the whole thing, mate. Rode that 1200 Tiger, like you said, like a dirt bike, around this course, and it's just all off-road, and he just smashed it, mate. Yeah, it's unreal. So, yeah, big effort by those boys. And, yeah, I have heard about this movie that Triumph Australia has made about their performance, and I think it's a cracker, mate. I haven't seen it. I've seen a trailer, and it looks absolutely awesome, the story.
Yeah, it's just come out on Triumph just while you've been away, and it's an absolute blinder of a movie. Beautifully filmed, but great story. And look, as soon as I saw it, I said, we just got to ride those Triumphs. We're not going to do a 24-hour, but I just wanted to bounce off you what I'm wanting to do if Triumph obliges us.
Yeah, perfect. But you're not planning to ride 24 hours straight, are you?
No, this is more a pension. I'm an old man now, a pensioner. I've got to look after my health, so this will be more on the flat outback. And you're an apprentice pensioner. You've got a bit to go yet. You're going to work up to it, son. But what I'm thinking of, 1200s, big open sky, big brown land, and I'll throw this out to you.
Yeah, but my question is where, Dave? That's a big map.
Yeah, it is a big map, but I think I'll get you on board. So we'll start down in Melbourne, and we'll head over. We'll come over there to Mildura somewhere, and then we'll ride up into the Flinders Ranges, and then I want to take you to Cameron's Corner. I don't want to stay there. All I've ever seen there is a bloody aeroplane and a couple of boxes, and then go diagonally back to Sydney. There's Sydney, yeah, so diagonally back to Sydney. Probably, I think that'd have to be 3,500 4Ks, but a lot of it, 4,000 Ks, a lot of that in the open stuff.
That does sound enticing, I must say. But Dave, I do want you to remember who you're dealing with here.
Yeah.
You're dealing with the human GPS.
Yes.
Right? So you've just given me a very broad brush to work with there.
Yeah.
And I must say I'm already formulating a route. I think my criteria will be, we'll need to visit a little place in the border, across the border from Victoria into South Australia, called Keith, which is the hometown of Andy Caldicott, an Aussie Dakar and safari racing legend.
Yes.
And a poor guy that lost his life racing Dakar years ago. I've never been to the monument to say my farewells to Andy, so I think we can work that into the itinerary. I think we should also go from there. What about the Hawker Pub, Dave?
Oh, yes. Hawker Pub's a favourite. Love the food there.
I think.
So the Hawker Pub's in...
on the dirt at Arkaroola, up there in the big rock farm, at the top end of the Flinders. That'd be a good night there.
Yes, yeah, you got me there. Yep.
Right, and then, now, did I hear you? The signal went a bit dodgy, but
you know why the signal went dodgy? Hang on, stop, Clubby. You get Clive Ward's on the phone. Why is it every time we do a video... He's on the phone. Just hang on. I'll have to give him a... You wouldn't believe what happened. You wouldn't believe it.
I wouldn't believe anything, mate.
Clive rang. And he took over your...
He can work the standard shock and fork on the 300, mate.
Well, he can, but you know what's really interesting? Every time we do a video, he rings us. Do you notice that? He must be telepathic.
Yeah, it is telepathic, isn't it? Yeah, that has happened before. And then I think, like you said, yeah, Cameron Corner, that's got to be on the agenda.
Yeah.
But we've got to line the dirt there, Dave, all right?
Oh.
Got to do it, mate.
I don't know of any pensioner who'd lie in the dirt in Cameron's Corner.
Look, I'm speaking colloquially. There'll be a donger room there for sure. So we might be 6 inches off the dirt, okay?
The donger,
And I think
one of those white boxes.
all your viewers looking already for Cameron Corner. Like, imagine all the guys in the Midwest of the USA tuning in to watch your show, and they're all going to go, Cameron Corner, where's that? And when they look it up,
there it is.
It's the middle of nowhere. It's
Boys and girls.
General store and servo.
Okay.
It's not a servo, really. It's a Bowser.
Yeah, boys and girls, there's Cameron's Corner. That's where Clubby wants to head. Well, he talks about accommodation there. Mate, that'll be just a white box with a refrigerator on the side just to cool the air conditioner. That's it.
Yeah, and that's what's wrong with that, Dave? Exactly.
All right.
Perfect, mate.
Oh, you won me.
Imagine all your Albanian viewers. They're going to look up Cameron Corner.
There it is, fellas, ladies. Cameron's Corner.
These two blokes are just living the adventure life, aren't they?
Yeah.
Perfect. And then from there, can't we then, to start on the way home, where's that underground town again? Where's that underground motel again? Where's that? Outback New South Wales, where you
Crickets.
sleep.
Yeah.
You sleep in the ground. There you go, Dave. It won't just be on the ground, we'll be in the ground.
Yeah, that's a good spot. No, the name escapes me. White Cliffs. Yes.
White Cliffs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dave. Come on, live a little, son.
Yep.
It's not all about the riding all the time. It's about the living as well.
Yep.
It's a destination, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah. There's one bit you've missed I wouldn't mind doing, and just southwest of Cameron's Corner is a road. It's a road called Murty.
Yes.
Now, Murty used to be a mining road, so it was covered in a couple of feet of clay over sand dunes because, you've got those parallel sand dunes there. But all the clay is gone, Clubby. I think it's something we need to get our heart rate up a bit and test out these 1200s. It's not a 12-hour, but it'll certainly be a 4 hours of going through tunes.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. I think I've snuck through there before. Last time it was on a WR450F, and it just danced through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, we'll see what we get this time. Anyway, I'm up for the challenge, Dave.
Yep. Yeah, sounds good. Anywhere else after White Cliffs?
Well, from there, look, I think it's just a beeline and just straight southeast all the way back down to the Big Snake, isn't it?
Yeah. I think White Cliffs is about where my finger is. So yeah. Sounds good. What do you reckon? GPS for kilometres have to be 3,000, wouldn't it?
Oh, it'd be more than 3,500, I think, all up. If you're starting right in the guts of Melbourne, and by the time we loop all that way around and back to Sydney where we finish, it's going to have to be between 3,500 4,000 k's.
Yeah.
7 days, so they'll be solid days, but I mean at 1,200, and I mean and we've got the Rally Pro Explorer.
Yeah.
And the big 30-litre fuel tanks on these big bangers.
Yeah.
So range won't be an issue, mate. Oh, mate, we can smash out some big days, mate. Be beautiful, right?
It's a good way to test bikes too. I mean, sitting on them for 700, 800 k's a day. That's a good way to really get your head around what the Triumph has got to offer.
Well, that's what these bikes are all about. And you think the people that are going to buy this one, the Explorer, with the big tank, this is the riding that they're going to be living for, aren't they?
Yes,
big
absolutely.
Distance, big scenery, big vistas. That's what it's all about, mate.
Yeah. Mate, all right, well, we'll lock and load that in. I'll talk to Triumph, see if they're willing. And, we'll lock and load that in, I reckon.
No, I reckon that's a perfect plan, mate. Absolutely. And this is all coming up real soon. Like we're talking next week, aren't we?
Mate, I don't muck around. I don't muck around, mate. We're on it. We're going to be on it.
I'm just trying to think what you haven't planned for, Dave.
Weather?
Oh, weather, yes. Now you are known as Darcy, and I just did see news that Victoria's being smashed by a polar ice cap front right now.
Yeah, well, I think we better tell our overseas viewers, consider they're about 80%, that all through this area here, which is a fair proportion of the ride we're going to do, all that area, if that gets hit by rain, in this area it's got black mud, you can't move. In this area it's got red mud or orange mud, you can't move. And in this area it's got orange mud, you can't move. So Clubby and I may have an intention of going for a 7-day trip, but we may be back by about December.
Yes, I think the mobile's dropping out, Dave. Are you there?
So, yeah, I'll be frank with you, I haven't looked at the weather. I suppose that's something I better do.
Yeah, but La Nina, it's gone, and it's coming back.
Correct.
But it's not here right at the moment. That's what's been all our drama for the last 2 years is La Nina, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. We've got quite a little gap, and hopefully we can seize on that and get out there now. And I mean, that was a pressure to get this done. Yeah.
All right, well, no, it's beautiful, mate. That sounds like a real red hot plan, mate. Look forward to that, definitely, mate.
Yeah, after I saw that, and I was looking at that Murty coming in to Cameron's Corner, I thought, well, with a handling like that, even though they're brilliant riders, I don't think we're biting off more than we can chew, but we'll certainly find out quick enough.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Straight into the deep end, I think it's called, isn't it, Dave?
Yeah, mate. All right, well, you go and pat the dog, say hello to Tan, and we're not taking the dogs on this tour, are we? Not putting them on the back seat, Lily and...
Oh, we'd have to poach Nuggets milk crate, and I did a big pie crate for big old Bandit. He's putting the pounds on up here on holiday.
All
He's
right.
up at his custard task with his masters each day up at the bakery, so yeah, he's fast chasing me.
All right, mate. Well, that sounds like a deal. Let's see if we can make it happen, and we'll see you soon.
All right, thanks for the call, mate. See you soon. Bye.
See ya.